Willie D live.
What's up, family? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the 2026 midterms are rigged. Damn, I said it. Yeah, man, I know it hurts. Listen, fam, I'm not trying to discourage you from voting, but I gotta call a strike and a ball a ball. They got us, fam. Did we get us? Which one is it? Because there was a whole lot of people saying, hey, don't vote, I ain't going to vote, woo, right? And then there were many people who did go out there and vote, but they voted for that orange guy, right? And one might say, with all of the unrest that's going on right now around America and all of the uncertainty, that we did it to ourselves, right? Why, oh, why do people vote against their best interest? I will never know. In any event, Trump and the Republicans have to win the midterms, because if they don't, they're out of here. And they know that. They got to win. Because if they don't, all of their asses are going to jail. All of them are going to jail. Yeah. Now, Trump, I don't know. Maybe he go to jail, but he don't go to prison. They don't hold him too long. But they're going to do the whole dog and pony show with his ass. He absolutely is going to be impeached. And whether he goes to jail or not will remain to be seen. But he is absolutely going to go to trial. He's going to trial. And he is going to be found guilty. He is going to be impeached. J.D. Vance, if he gets in, fam, which he'll be the successor, if he don't go to jail, he's going to be worse than Trump. First of all, J.D. Vance, he really is a follower. So he'll do anything to get in. Remember all that stuff he was saying about Trump, all that negative stuff he was saying about Trump before he got on Trump's team? Him, Christy Nome, what's his name? Steve Bannon, who else? What's his name? Rubio, all of them. Most of his inner circle, the people that surround him daily, were talking real slick about him before he became president and before he picked them to be in his cabinet. Now, one might say, how did he get so many enemies to become his footstools? Like, that's what he did. He got so many enemies in his cabinet. So you got the snakes working with the snakes, which tells you, we know Trump is not that smart to get his enemies to come work with him because, he holds grudges, big grudges. So it's got to be a power higher than him who said, let's get these people right here and here. These are the perfect people we need in place to roll out our plan. We're going to pair him with J.D. Vance, a sworn enemy. We're going to pair him with him, to become his vice president. Usually, if a nominee picks a vice president to run with them, or pick someone to run with them for the vice president role, it's usually somebody who they have a liking to. Even if they were campaigning against them, they soft campaign. They didn't really go really hard at them and hurl personal insults. They didn't really go in on them. But J.D. Vance went in on him. So that is counter to what they would normally do and what you would normally expect from a running mate. You dig what I'm saying? But in any event, fam, this plan that they have, this 2025 plan that they have, it is to seize total control, to have total power. Whatever you think it is, whatever you thought of this country, it is not going to be. by the time we get to the 26 elections. Once we get to that 2026 midterms, it's over if things play out like they want them to play out. They got to win. They know for a fact they've been committing all types of crimes. They've been breaking all of the rules. And this is why Trump is starting to blow the dog whistle. He's like, hey man, if we lose, they're gonna try to lock me up. They're gonna try to lock me up. He's already setting the stage, getting people prepared for him possibly losing and then having to be held accountable for his actions. So he's already playing the blame game. We gotta win. We gotta win. Or they're gonna lock us up. I'm gonna go to jail. They're gonna try to put me in jail. The Democrats are gonna try to, what do you call them? The radical left is gonna try to put me in jail. He's getting people prepared. So this is why I said that the elections are rigged. They got to rig it. It's got to be rigged. If not, they're going to jail. Everything that they stopped, that hustle they got going on, all of that free money that they're getting, they're extorting the American people. They're extorting Venezuela. They're trying to extort Greenland. Everything that they're doing comes to a halt. All of that comes to a halt. Everything they're doing comes to a halt. So, here's the play. They are going to go in and do voter suppression. You know, Trump, every election, he always screams how the Democrats are going to be trying to cheat. Remember, Trump oftentimes accuses others of the very same thing he's guilty of. Now, why would he do that? So that he can throw you off. Got you looking over at these people over here, and these people over here, they hear you saying that, so they want to make sure that they're transparent, and they want to make sure that they're doing all the right things because they know that they're being watched. All the while, everybody's looking over here, but the action is over here. So Trump got everybody looking over here, watching them to make sure that they don't cheat, and he's cheating the whole time. That's the play. So what they're gonna do, they've already pretty much put ICE in control of running amok and being able to do whatever the hell they want to do. ICE is running outside of the capacity of the Constitution. They're pretty much their own entity. He's going to send ICE to the polls for voter intimidation. I wish I wasn't saying this, but mark my words. It's going to be the largest scale of voter suppression since the following of the 15th Amendment in 1870, when white supremacists used violence, threats, intimidation, and legal maneuvers to limit black political power. It's going to be wild out there, fam. I'm telling you. They are going to post up ICE all over this country, and people are going to be afraid to go to the polls because there is a large percentage of immigrants who vote. But it's not just to intimidate immigrants. They're going to be intimidating regular Americans too. Trump knows he can't win. He knows the Republicans can't win. They're not just going to lose. It's going to be lopsided. They are going to get destroyed. He has the lowest approval rating of any president in the history of presidents in the United States and probably abroad also. He can't win. They can't win. They've done so much damage to this country. They know they can't win. And here's the thing. You hear him always talking about, well, the price of eggs is up. You know, the groceries are down, gas is down. He just lying. But the people are saying the prices of everything is up. The cost of living is up. He's saying, the people that's living the experience is saying everything's down, everything's up. He's saying everything's down. He knows he's messing up, but he don't care because he loves the idea of being a dictator. That's why he spent so much time with Putin and the other guy, what's his name? In China, Jinping. That's why he spent so much time with Xi Jinping, because he wants to, see how they move and how they get the people to bow down and kiss the ring, and they just do whatever they want to do and nobody can stop them. There's no checks and balances. And that's what Trump wants more than anything. He wants to be a dictator. He's a fan of Hitler. He's a fan of all of those dictators. He wants that for America. Now, what I do believe is he underestimated the willpower of Americans and the liberation, the freedom of liberation that Americans have. I think he thought it was going to be easier to pull a lot of this stuff off. And now he's realizing, oh hell, my ass might end up in jail. I thought I was going to be able to ride right off with that $3 billion. That's why he got that offshore account for the oil that was being sold from Venezuela. That's why, explain to me, fam, why is oil being sold by Venezuela that's being controlled by America? Why is the funds, the proceeds from that oil going to a foreign country, Qatar, and not the United States of America? Why is that money in a Qatar account, an offshore account? And many people are saying that account is not really a U.S. account. They're saying that that account is under control by Trump, under his personal control. Come on, fam. Yeah, they can't win. They absolutely cannot win. So they gotta cheat. They gotta move the goalposts. They got to cheat if they're gonna win the election. They got to cheat. It's like a whole bunch of rogues with guns and badges and masks on. Family. Their number one job is to help Donald Trump maintain power. This is why Trump gave $1,776 to members of the military. He wants to make sure that they're on his side when it go down. This is why he has ICE doing what it's doing. ICE is Trump's secret army. They can operate even outside of the military capacity. And then he got law enforcement. He'd been kissing law enforcement ass for a long time. But he slacked up on the ass kissing a little bit after January 6th, but he got right back on it. At least he paused. He didn't slack up. He paused for the officers who were killed during January 6th. It's like, oh, hold on, man. Yeah. All right. I'm back with the police. I'm back with law enforcement. Law enforcement. That's why he's so big on law enforcement. It's not because he likes those guys. That's not why. He rocks with them really, really hard because he's using them as his personal goons. They're there to protect him because he knows that Judgment Day is imminent. Yeah. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.